Hi, if you are new here, I'm Kaniti, and if you're already watching this channel, welcome back. Today we are going back to watching Durarara, Ketsu, and we are on the second episode now, so let's see what it has. Let's go! Alright, going in with the opening. I can talk. That's cute. I like how they're doing that. But yeah, I wanted to say that I actually did take a huge break. I couldn't film for a while between first episode of Cats and this moment. But I decided to try and kind of watch a little bit more and then start editing and uploading once I have a chunk of episodes, so it's easier for you to kind of follow along instead of me like dropping one episode a week or so. But I made a new list. We don't get much of this character, but she's in the opening, so that maybe there will be more of her. This is a girl, right? I made, I don't know if you can see it, a whole new, very carefully crafted list. But it's so many characters and so many like groups. Wait up. Yeah, I remember that moment. Oh, that's a lot from like. I was a bit in the back. Yeah, that's. We got a little bit of backstory of this Manami Mamiya. But gosh, that's like. I made a list of like Isaiah's group and I put her now in Isaiah's group. I don't know what happened between her attacking Isaiah and being mad about that story with him actually like saving these friends from suicide. Okay. Okay. Oh, cute. Alright. Belle the cat. Alright. So we are in the hospital. And he's still like in coma or something. Okay. That's sudden. It sounds like it. I don't think she was talking about that girl. Chikagera Kuchi. Oh, that's sweet. They did have like a fight between them, right? Alright, Roche, I have to. Oh. Didn't you like ask for that? I mean, that could be a useful connection. All these precious boyfriends. What the heck is that expression? That's his like main girlfriend, right? Main girlfriend. I mean, we kind of got the idea that it might have been like Aoba's plans, so to say. He's planning. Did he? I didn't notice that. Is he planning revenge? But he seemed kind of easygoing and goofy from previous times I saw him. Yeah. So, like, everyone who is in Isaiah's group has their own agendas? How do you know? Yeah, that would sound pretty crazy for a regular person. I just thought that they're all like in black with black hair kind of matching. Okay. Okay, thanks for the heads up. Yeah, but that's like because of our urban, so to say. He's really invested into this metaphor. I think she tried already to attack Isaiah with her sword and failed. It was a while ago, though. Just to chill and observe. I mean, like, how exactly he wants to like set fire. Um, I wouldn't say entitled. She's so loved. Yeah, why though? So yeah, she also has her own agendas. She kind of joined thinking to destroy him from inside, so to say. Her dress is so pretty. It's like hustle. True. So lucky. Psycho was roasting her. That was. Yeah, she doesn't want to use it on her friends. Well, she's. I don't know. I think she's still human. Like, why not? I disagree with this idea. Look human. Cranial nerve. I mean, even if she uses psych, how does that make her not human? That's such a stupid take. So he loves all humans, but as soon as they kind of diverge a little bit, a tiny bit from the regular path, then that's not human anymore. Oh. Okay. I actually, again, this is. Thank you. I just wanted to ask, like, I don't recognize. This is some kind of old man, but who is this narrator? But he explained it. After what? Are they sleeping together? So they. Okay. It's so silly. That looks chill. Nice plan. This is an episode of confessions. Maybe she's going to kill you first. How do you know? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you like black horse, or how do they call it, right? Grey cardinal. Yeah, so after destroying all the Yadagiris, she decided it's time to get a lot of cat ears. Are we going to learn the real? Isn't all okay? So what? What the fuck? She actually has that similarity with Red Ribbon. I mean, so she was actually his like secretary. Then he passed away. Oh, okay, that explains a lot. Where's- Is this Yagiri's voice? Oh yeah, I'm getting better. Oh shit. Mm-hmm. So does she want to just chill now? Oh, that's cute. So that's her goal, just to chill and like cats. Yeah, and like you. Gosh. Cat ears? Did she also want them? Yes! What the heck is that plan? I think he would be confused. Like, what the heck? She's so sweet. Does she feel another Psycho? That would be interesting. Ah, but that Psycho she already met before. Oh, I remember that was such a scary scene with them in the room. When. Does she still hate Andre for some reason? What are they talking about? something. Thank you. Yeah, that's my ruined kururi. Setten. Yeah, and that should be salty. Mhm. You said it was like 30 minutes ago. I think it's a bit too late to watch the news. Oh, but they're watching a fun anime. Is it her head? So she stole the head and just threw it away? That's pretty cool. What was her name? Manami Mamiya. Girl. That is her head. Did she also like see it for the first time even from the video? What? Oh gosh, at the first shot of the ending, isn't it her like holding her head? That is. I'm just a bit of in a like in a loss. That was unexpected. I was just like trying to keep up with everything that's happening, with everyone who like everyone is, and that Manami Mamiya. So like in short, she wanted to commit suicide with her friend. Then Isaiah technically kind of made them change their mind, and for some reason she was mad at him about that. I don't know why. She's a mystery to me. But yeah, somehow she was mad at him for that. So then, when he got into hospital after he was attacked in the street, Manami came to then finish him. But then something happened between them, and I guess he somehow persuaded her to join him in dollars, as he says that he invites people in dollars. But it's I call it like Isaiah's group. So now she's a part of Isaiah's group, but obviously she agreed to join just so she would have a chance to kind of mess with him from inside that group, right? As it was implied that everyone in his group has their own agendas. I would never expect, so she knew about, well, I guess she learned while being there in his group about the head, about Celti's head, and she just got it. I'm not sure again. It wasn't very clear. So we have Nikawa Haruna. How wasn't she like free? Yes, she was in Isaiah's group. She ran away from home. She was living separately from her dad. Her dad was looking for her, worried about her. But it's not like Isaiah was like holding her hostage or anything. How she didn't have any freedom? What does it mean? She couldn't leave, but for some reason now she could just because Mamiya said so. I wasn't that their agreement wasn't very clear to me. Like what Mamiya did for Nikawa Haruna, that Haruna could go and look for that creep teacher. I assume that's him. She used another name. I wrote down that she's in love with creep teacher Nasujima. She called him like Takashi or something. Maybe that's like his first name, but I'm pretty sure she meant him. So she went to look for him. For some reason, she couldn't do it before. But anyways, she went, and so Mamiya in that time, so the head was with her. Yes, it was stored where Haruna lived. Mamiya took the head and just threw it away to just mess with Isaiah because she knew it's his precious possession and she wanted to do something mean to him because she's mad at him. Gosh, what's with my hair? And in any case, then Haruna met Henri. And I remember like when we had that whole slasher arc and we didn't know yet that Henri has that psycho powers, and we thought, oh, like Nikawa Haruna is that like single only psycho person. Psycho sounds a bit like psycho. And then there was that scene in her house where she was like, oh, well, she saw it that way because that creep teacher, he started creeping on Henri. He was creeping on Henri for a while, and so that made Haruna jealous, and that's why she was mad at Henri, and they had kind of like a showdown, and we learned that at that time that Henri actually is like the original owner of Psyche. And her mom was the previous owner of original Psyche. Then we only had like 2 Psyches. Now we learn that from any like shard of the original blade, right? You can also become this mother, and so we also have Kasane Kujiragi now with the same powers, but Henri is like the OG one, the original one. Why Haruna is now like wants to communicate with her again, like what problem she has now with Henri? I thought it was kind of resolved, I don't know, and the teacher is kind of out of the picture now. We don't even see like I assume he's not creeping on Henri anymore. I think she kind of told him off, so to say, so he's like not an issue here anymore. So what does she want with Henri? We'll see. But also on topic of Kasane Kujiragi, so she is actually Ruri's half sister, and she was sold to actual Yadagiri. But then I assume at the moment where we learned that he disappeared, right? Remember that plot line with disappeared president of Yadagiri Corporation. I guess that was the moment when the actual real Jinai Yadagiri maybe died, and that's when she started using the stand-ins, or like around that point, because we kind of saw him as a character that seemed to have his own agendas. So maybe he actually did run away, or it was already like stand-ins and her plans. I'm not sure. Maybe he died a bit later after he disappeared, but I would assume that that was a turning point. When he disappeared, he actually died, and she started using stand-ins, and she kind of took over, so to say, Yodagiri's corporations, because these actors, they were answering to her actually, right? So now that Isaiah destroyed all these Yodagiri copies, Kujiragi is her own boss, and she feels free. So maybe because she was sold to Yodagiri and she was forced to be his like secretary, she didn't know any other kind of life. So even after he died, she was trying to cling to it because she didn't know how else to live. But then when all the Yadagiris were gone, she suddenly had the realization, okay, now I'm like actually free. I don't have to live like that anymore. So now I'm just going to chill, go to cat cafe, wear cat ears and relax. And I guess that's it. And yeah, so she is Ruri's half sister. So that wasn't too surprising. I mean, I wouldn't guess it myself, to be honest, but there is some, I think that what's funny, even before it was said and we just saw her walking, I thought for a second that her like red ribbon, a bit similar style to Ruri, but like I just thought it to myself just as a visual detail. And then suddenly, right the next, I didn't even have time to kind of vocalize it, and right next second they're like, oh, she's actually her half sister. I'm like, what? Like, I didn't expect that. I just thought that like the visual style is a bit similar. So that was funny. So in the end, I don't have anything written from Mr. Kain. Like, who's that dude? I kind of forgot. I don't have name for Ruri's stalker, and he kind of also disappeared from the picture. And also I have some Mark Wakaba written, who I have no idea who this guy is. I just have this name written. There's also some mysterious Asuki group that I don't remember. I remember Awakusu group, but who's Asuki group? I don't remember. And also Dragon Zombies were name dropped recently, but then nothing happened with them still. So yeah, the narrator for the episode was Shinra's dad, Shingen Kishitani. I wrote him down. This was basically an episode focused on some of female characters in this anime, like what they're doing, what they're up to. I'm just like super proud of my new info page that I wanted to. It's inverted. I'll invert the video back. So you see, everything is very tidy now. I hope it will help me through Ketsu. So please share your thoughts in the comments. Obviously, if you want to remind me of something or correct me on something, that would be hugely appreciated. But of course, no spoilers, please. And that would be it for today. So thank you for watching and